A cross of sacrifice stands over the graves of the Australian war heroes. As dawn sets in, the crowd gathers to remember fellow countrymen who served their nation in war. This year marks 102 years since the Gallipoli landing, the historic moment that gave rise to the ANZAC tradition. The years since that morning in 1915 has seen the tradition being extended to honor past and present sacrifice made by Australian forces throughout the world. Being one of the country's closest neighbors, Australia has had a strong historic tie with Papua New Guinea. The Battle of Kokoda from the New Guinea campaign of the Second World War continues to stand out in the shared history of both nations.
Another squadron has formed in line abreast formation.
This year will also mark 75 years since the Battle of Kokoda. The war cemetery in Bomana holds many of the remains from this campaign, and it continues to be a must-see sight for families of those who served in the war. Roy Hayward has travelled from Brisbane for this year's event. He says the visit is to pay respect to a great uncle of his who served during the Second World War.
I have a great uncle buried here, and I've been following his records for some time now. And I have had a lot of relatives in the First World War, Second World War, but this is the first time I've come to pay my respects to
Mr. Hayward's lineage of war ancestors extends further back to the First World War, making events like ANZAC a very special day for him.
It's a very significant day, even though it's not quite the 75th anniversary of Kokoda, but it's a very significant year for us, and a lot of hometown people where I am, all over New South Wales, they've come and given their lives here. So it's a good time to remember them, because we always remember Gallipoli and always will, but we should never forget what happened here, and to the locals, you know. So yeah, it's a big year.
Fellow Australian Sid Telford also has a similar story, and he too is on a visit to the grave of his great uncle.
I'm Sid Telford from Allora, Queensland, and me and my cousin have come here to honour our uncle who was killed at Boona.
Has this been actually visiting your uncle's site? This is the first time?
Second time for me and first time for Lynette.
Could you just tell us a bit about your uncle, which war he served in?
He served in the Second World War. He was wounded at Boona, and then he died of wounds a week later.
Okay, and with the ANZAC Day celebrations today, commemorating ANZAC, as an Australian, how important or significant is ANZAC, or what does it mean to you?
It means quite a lot to me, quite a lot, for what they did and everything, yes.
Okay, and being the 75th, this will be the 75th anniversary for Kokoda, and with the Australian Governor-General present here for ANZAC, how significant do you think that is?
Very significant indeed.
It is yet another successful commemoration of the ANZAC Day. While there have been many battles fought by the Allied forces, one which shares history with the country is the Kokoda campaign during the Second World War. As the sun rises, over 3,000 servicemen lay at rest. Despite being gone, their memories will live on. Apart from recognizing the fallen war heroes, the occasion is also to say thank you to those who have retired and currently on active duty. Phil Perry has had deployments in Afghanistan and Iraq, but now he has traded his uniform for a retired civilian life. Despite leaving the force, the significance of ANZAC Day is one which he upholds just like many Australians. The medals you have here.
So the red one is a Commendation for Distinguished Service, Active Service Medal, Afghanistan Medal, Iraq Medal, and then the other ones are just other complimentary medals.
And with ANZAC Day being an important day both for Australia and the Allies, what does it mean to you?
Anzac Day for me is a day of significance because my family has served for many years in the military, including my brother and my grandparents and many members of my family. So for me, this is a day of remembrance, remembering the sacrifice of people that went before us and the freedom that we now enjoy as a result of that.
With the passing of ANZAC Day and future commemorations, sites like the Bomana War Cemetery will forever remain as icons of the battle for freedom enjoyed by both countries.